clear coat gun we're using today is the Segola 4600 clear gun. It is a high-end gun. It's not something you need if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, I would recommend one of the budget guns that I have on my channel. I like the Innocraft Drizzle D1. That's a low volume, low pressure paint gun, which works really well for beginners and professionals. Consumes less air, it produces less overspray, and it saves you in materials. On the PDF, I gave you the gun settings for the low volume, low pressure paint gun, which is probably the gun that most of you are going to use. This gun here, the gun settings, we're going to open this fluid volume up all the way. I don't typically spray with wide open fluid volume, but on this particular gun, it performs really well at wide open. To adjust the gun wide open, before you put clear in it, you pull the trigger, you open up the knob to wide open, and then you would start dialing it back until you feel pressure on that trigger. Once you feel pressure, that gun is set at wide open. So we're going to have a wide open fan pattern as well. I may narrow the fan pattern back just a quarter of a turn just to clean up the edges of that fan. And then the air pressure we're using with this gun is at 28 PSI. These gun settings are just a guide. They're going to get you in the ballpark and give you a good finish, but you're going to want to adjust those as you gain more experience and develop your own style of painting. You definitely want to play with those gun settings and experiment with how the fluid volume and the air pressure affect the atomization. You want small droplets of clear, a fine atomization. If you're getting too much material out of your gun, you're going to have too large of droplets, and that creates orange peel. If you have too fine of a spray or over atomize your clear coat, then you're going to get dry spray. You need to understand how those things work together to get the perfect atomization of your clear. Also, speed and distance definitely greatly affect that as well, because the closer you are to the panel, the more material you're getting on the panel. The farther away, the drier that clear coat is when it hits the panel. Before you start spraying, you want to make sure you have a clean fan pattern. So do a test spray out. Make sure that your cap has no debris in it and you have a uniform fan before you start spraying. Now your spraying distance should be about 5 to 7 inches away. Again, this is just a guide. Sometimes I'm spraying 4 inches away if it's really hot. Other times I'm spraying a little farther away. So you want to make sure your air cap has been checked. I like to hold it up to the light and make sure those passages are clean and I have no debris in there that's going to affect that spray pattern. To get proper atomization, we start with the fluid volume. Just remember, too much fluid volume can cause heavy buildup and runs, while too little can cause dry spray. Adjust fluid volume to achieve a balance, a fine mist. Now with your air pressure, insufficient air pressure results in large droplets and an uneven finish. Increasing that air pressure is going to help create finer atomization.